Okay, if your sound on the flute has suddenly gone fuzzy, you are in the right place. I'm going to show you today the 4 real reasons, really the only reasons why your tone would suddenly go fuzzy. My name is Jane Kavanagh, and you probably guessed that I'm a flute teacher. You probably also guessed that I'm Australian. I love teaching quick fixes on the flute, and by quick fixes, I mean proper technique. Proper technique on the flute that gets you real progress, faster progress. So here we go. Really, the 4 only reasons why your tone would suddenly go fuzzy. Number 1 reason is if you've had a break from flute playing. For example, if you've had a break for a week, if I've had a break for a week, I come back and my tone is fuzzy to start with, but it's back to normal within a day. So let's go down to one end of the spectrum of how much of a break is a break. Let's say that you have had a break for many months or even years. It's going to take you a little bit of time because the fine muscles in your embouchure are not used to refining themselves into the small enough, the specific enough hole that makes a good sound. So if you've had months or years off, it's going to take you more than a day to get back up to your normal good sound. But you will get there. It might take you days, weeks. If you've had years off, it'll probably take you weeks. But you will always get back to your good original sound way faster than it took you to get there in the first place. Like way faster, 10 times as fast or more. Now, the other end of the spectrum about what is actually classified as a break is overnight. So if you haven't been playing while you sleep, of course you haven't been playing while you sleep. So overnight when you don't play, you get up in the morning. A lot of flute players find that their tone is fuzzy first thing in the morning, and within sort of 10 minutes you're back to normal. So they're 2 ends of the spectrum of what a break is. Months or years off, or just overnight, because obviously you don't play in your sleep. So in a nutshell, if your tone is fuzzy because you've had a break, however long that is, just play the flute. Play the flute and it will come back pretty quickly. Now, if your tone is always fuzzy, if you're thinking, yeah, my tone actually hasn't ever been that clear, I have the solution for you. So hang on for number 4 in today's video and I will show you the solution for an always fuzzy tone. Okay, number 2 reason why your tone suddenly goes fuzzy on the flute. It's if you're getting tension creeping into your embouchure. When I play, my tone is always better in the morning than in the evening, and it's because this is the culprit for me. Over a busy day, if I'm teaching too many students in a day, or I'm trying to pack too much in, or I'm just feeling generally stressed or busy, tension creeps into my embouchure. Now, this is not ideal, but it's a reminder for me to slow down, not try and pack so much into a day, or maybe just take a lunch break or something and have some time off. So if you find that your tone gets worse during a day, it could be because you're sort of trying, even if it's subconsciously, trying really hard to make your sound clearer and clearer and clearer through the day, and you're actually causing tension. If this is the case, then a break. Have a break. Even have a break for a day. Just give yourself time to physically relax and come back to it the next day. Now, if you find that your embouchure, the way you're playing, is tense all the time, it doesn't sort of get worse during a day, it's just all the time a bit tense and a bit hard to relax your embouchure, then stick around for point number 4 because the solution is in there for you as well. Okay, the number 3 thing that can make your flute tone suddenly fuzzy is if you've eaten something strange. Now, this used to bother me when I was a student and I was learning to play the flute at a high level. I felt like I was really sensitive to certain things like lemon. Felt like lemon just like puckered my lips and I couldn't play clearly. Salty things, same thing. It sort of like felt like it shriveled my lips up. Dairy would make me salivate a lot. And then the other thing is just generally dry lips. So make sure you're having enough water through the day. Use lip balm, not necessarily right before you play, but just generally speaking, water's a big thing because if you're dehydrated, it's going to go to your lips and it will make playing with a clear sound harder. However, I found coming out of my 20s, as I got better and better at playing the flute with good technique, I found that a good embouchure and good playing technique overcame all of that. So now when I play, what I've eaten doesn't affect anything, like at all. So I learned that good embouchure technique, or I should say good technique and a good well-formed embouchure overcomes everything. And if you think this is bothering you, then the best way to do this is to work on getting a really good embouchure. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you, actually it's coming out of point number 4, which is next. I'm going to show you how to get a really good embouchure and keep a really good embouchure. So that takes us on to point number 4. If your flute tone is always fuzzy, for example, like this, or instead of clear like this, if your tone is always fuzzy, then this is an entirely different ball game. It means that you need to fix your embouchure. Your tone can be fuzzy and your embouchure can be off for a number of reasons. Like, for example, the placement of where you put your flute, like down to a millimeter, can be wrong. If that's wrong, it's going to make it hard to play with clear sound. The hole in your mouth could be too big. That makes a huge difference to how clear you sound. Or your embouchure in general, you might not have formed your embouchure in the correct way. But I have good news. The fixes to those things, once you figure out what your problem is and you get the fix for it, it's an instant improvement, like instant. And I love teaching this so much because it's so straightforward when you know what to fix, that I made you a free 3-day mini course, because obviously it's not all going to fit in point number 4 of this video. So come and join me at www.flute.school/free, and I'll show you how to instantly improve your tone on the flute by showing you how to form a correct embouchure with correct placement and correct blowing that instantly improves your sound. I'd love to see you there. Bye.